So the Employment Rights Act has obviously now received royal assent, and the changes it brings will be here before we know it. We need to understand how your rights and responsibilities as an employer are going to change. So here are the top 5 changes that you need to know about in the Employment Rights Act. So first of all, 0 hours contracts. You'll no longer be able to rely on what are generally considered to be exploitative 0 hour contracts. Instead, it would be necessary to offer a fixed contract to workers once they've worked a reference period. We're still waiting details in respect of that. And you'll also need to compensate for any cancelled or moved shifts if the worker is not given sufficient notice. So something to bear in mind. Number 2 is day one rights. So the Employment Rights Act will change it so that the following provisions are to be extended to all workers from day one. So that is parental leave, paternity leave and bereavement leave. And then number 3, an important one here in respect of unfair dismissal protection. So formerly, this was planned as a day one right, but the protection from unfair dismissal will now take effect after 6 months of continuous employment. That means you'll need to decide about the suitability of a new hire prior to this period, or before the period ends, whether that meets your existing probationary periods or not. Leave it too long and they may cross the threshold and put you at risk of unfair dismissal if you do need to end their employment, and it's expected that this will come into force from the 1st of January 2027.
Next change you need to be aware of is in relation to trade union access. Trade unions are going to have more access to workplaces, which is likely to bring new protections for employees, but also greater complications for employers. Employers also need to inform all employees of their right to be a part of a union, regardless of their own processes or preferences. And it's sensible for employers to try and collect evidence of every step that they undertake to maintain their obligations so that they do not get caught out on that. The final thing that you need to be aware of is the sort of shift in workplace culture. It'll be necessary to take all reasonable steps to prevent sexual harassment from occurring in the workplace. This will involve protecting your employees from third parties, so keep an eye on customers and client interactions. It is expected that this is going to come into force in October 2026. And we have created a detailed guide to help you to keep up with all the changes that are being introduced by the Employment Rights Act. So be sure to have a read of that. And having done so, if you'd like any more tailored advice, be sure to speak to the team.